ladies and gentlemen, to your monthly Earth Tribe report. This is the Peace Dealer. Not using my Michael Jackson high pitched voice. I see my real voice is coming out. Been, just kind of got up from a nap. Actually, I got up from sleep because I slept really late last night, but I don't even think I slept last night again. But yes, you probably throughout the live, my Michael Jackson high pitched voice will be back. And shout out to the motherfucking air signs. All right, the realest MFers in this B. All right, the real ones. We got the most solid Taurus. We got the realest of the real Virgo, and we got the goats Capricorn. Happy birthday, Capricorn. Of course, this Earth Tribe will be publicly available. Available. Where would I be without you guys? Okay, if it wasn't for you guys, I would still be saying available. And I forgot what other word I was butchering. Oh, paradigm. I would still be saying paradigm and available. Oh, I'm so grateful for all you guys. And of course, for my earth signs as well. High as fuck right now. Can you start with the go? Okay, Arda. Okay, Arda. I'm trying to get like you. That's what's up. I'm going to be doing live readings per usual. Shoot, if I get even just one live reading, possibly to my PayPal or whatever, I'm gonna get right like you right after this guy. But you know what? I got you. Courtesy of Capricorn. We gonna start with the GOAT first. We're gonna work backwards. We're gonna save the most solid for last. In fact, I'm gonna put up a poll right now. Who should I do after Capricorn? Virgo or Taurus? The moon is in Taurus right now. So we'll see. If it wasn't for you, the Matrix might have had me. Hey, I'm Love Wins 144. That touches my heart in a way I was never expecting to. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That is a high honor. All right. And this is why I love doing what I do. Um, I don't want to really be the break you out the Matrix cult leader, but we know how the Matrix be at the same time. So I'm definitely grateful. Good vibes on my Taurus moon with Cap season. Ain't been this chatty in a while. Okay, love it. Shout out to the Taurus moons having their lunar return. I'm an Aries sun and moon, Cap rising, and the readings always hit. Let's get it. Taurus, save the best for last. I feel you. All right, that's coming from Mama Virgo right there. Okay. So at the end of Capricorn, I'm gonna end the poll and we're gonna see. Shout out to Instagram family. We got Your Majesty XO. We got Zuzi Virgo in the house. The most solid Virgo, Mui. Moi. Okay, I see you, Nolani the Great. Keep it real and then go solid with Taurus. I'll wait like a patient Virgo I am. Shout out to Atlantis Music. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. Show this brother some love and hit that like button, y'all. So we have done the Fire Tribe report. And now we're gonna do the Earth sign. So this is gonna be accurate for you if You have your natal or progressed placements here, particularly sun and rising. Okay. We say accurate now. I thought it was accurate. It's actually accurate. Okay. Just like we don't say ginger ale. Like I don't know what ginger ale is. I know ginger ale, but like, hey, it is what it is. We getting gaslighted by our favorite artists. You know, T-Pain is telling people it was, and then Lloyd is telling people that he was saying she fine too. When it makes way more sense that he would say she's 5'2". It's ginger ale. See, I like that too. Yes. If you just think about it logically, why would he say she's fine too? He's clearly talking about her height. All right. But I think the Illuminati told them to like gaslight their fans and to just switch up the lyrics, even though that's how it was in the beginning. Yes, ginger ale. Well, I say ginger, like Ginja, and then rail. Okay, like snorting ginger. That we could do that too. I didn't even know. Oh, but like, yeah. That being said, guys, Capricorn, Capricorn, bah, the goats, the goat. When the goat do you how they do you, you just gotta charge it to the game, y'all. If I'm late, let's pack this bowl. Smoke that heart button on Instagram. Thank you guys. Yeah, just you just gotta charge it to the game. Sometimes you come across the goat and it's cool. It's cool. It is what it is. And shout out to my Capricorn moons. Shout out to my Capricorn suns and risings. As you can see, we are 9 degrees in this thing with the sun. Capricorn, you literally had Hades go through your sign. I love that Capricorn was the name of a certain Scorpio's assistant. Scorpio had third house in Capricorn. Capricorn and Scorpio's third house. And yeah, but Capricorn, I wonder when you're going to come out with Surviving Hades. We've seen Surviving R. Kelly, but Surviving Hades. I don't know if you guys know about that because now Aquarius is going through this right now. But Aquarius is a little weird. No, Sagittarius is a little weird. Aquarius is weird, supernatural. So I don't think they're going to be surviving Hades. I think they're going to be co-opting Hades. They're going to be working with this Lord of the Underworld. Capricorn, is it a reach to say from 2008 to 2024 you were surviving Hades? It was really uncanny for me to see when Pluto was exactly conjunct most Capricorn suns I've seen, and even some moons. Boom, I would see them post their hospital photo because they just survived a near fatal car accident. I'm like, what the? This is becoming too much to be a coincidence. And, you know, Capricorn isn't going to just broadcast everything like maybe some other sign. So maybe there's just a lot we don't know you went through. I know that was a period of intense awakening. And I've been really talking more to Cancer about seeing the, yep, I remember when that happened to you, that I had to go through my turn too. I was just minding my business, eating my burrito, and I had some interesting incidents myself. But I must have had an angel because look how death missed his ass, man. It's I don't know if that's like a Gemini initiation thing that we just have to have like a car accident, of course. But like crazy, we didn't do Taurus when I got promoted today with a $3 raise within my first 6 months. Let's go, double shot of Venus. Let's go, double shot. I like that. That's what's up. That's what's up. The solid flex, the calm flex. It ain't nothing, first 6 months. Yep, my dad is a Cap son and he had 2 heart attacks and went to jail. He's still in jail. Oh, wow. Surviving Hades, surviving Pluto. So now Pluto is in Aquarius. Okay. This is a similar process that I mentioned with Sagittarius, but I think it works different for you because Aquarius, like I said, is weird. So you have this very weird sense of self-worth. You have this very weird and extraordinary quality of self-esteem in the way you're able to work on your finances. And by that I mean the jig is up, fam. You have supernatural quality of manifestation, and over the next 20 years we're gonna realize that you really have been like this mysterious sea goat, uh for a minute, because there's the goat and then there's the sea goat and then there's the unicorn, but they're a unicorn, but there's the sea goat. Okay, be mindful of the sea goat. The sea goat keeps their tail in the water. So like Capricorn has this incredible way of pulling a Virgo and looking rational. I'm gonna be completely honest. All the earth signs do this. All the earth signs do. Taurus is very slow. Taurus is very slow. Taurus comes off as very slow, but they know a lot more than they let on. Virgo comes off as like hyper rational. Like Virgo is all like super analytical, like, oh, that doesn't make sense. No, that's not logical. But they secretly do magic spells. But they're usually the most magical motherfucker in the room. But they'll make you think they're a muggle. I used to hate that about Virgo, but now I understand a little bit. And then Capricorn does witchcraft. Take with that information what you will. I'm not gonna really say anything more than that. Take with that information. Capricorn full blown does witchcraft, or they know people who do witchcraft. Take that information for what you will, okay? Because Capricorn will tell you to your face that stuff isn't real. But you did witchcraft this morning. Like you did warp reality immediately, like effortlessly this morning. So I don't know how you make sense of that. Capricorn has like ancient secrets that they won't tell anybody. While some of them may kill your dreams. But that being said, okay, Pluto transiting Aquarius here, right, is awakening over the next few years the supernatural quality of manifestation. Now, when I talk about the universal signs, I don't necessarily, they structure dreams. Capricorn structures dreams. Okay. They actually give you a more practical way of achieving them that might require killing them entirely. But of course, they're not killing. That's not their intent. Actually, I'm biased. I have my moon there, so I'll be peeping their wisdom. But that being said, right, I don't want to really sugarcoat this and be like, you're manifesting more knowledgeably, you're awakening more extreme quality of knowledgeable awareness and understanding so that you could break through a higher sense of objectivity in order to monetize your words and your knowledge. As a Taurus rising, I have Gemini in my second, and I literally make a living communicating, right? A lot of my ideas I'm able to monetize. Well, Capricorn is the final version of this, where they can write a blog and the whole world supports it, or like they monetize knowledge. I'm not going to tell you that. Capricorn, you're the go. I have to be completely honest. You have supernatural manifestation quality. And I'm looking at you a little bit suspect because I'm not really telling you anything new. And I think you've known this your whole life. So you are able to quickly bring into existence what you know. And I want you to think about what that means. When I say what you know, I don't mean what you know in an empirical sense. I mean what you decide to know. Like somebody can steal 3 cookies from your cookie jar, and now you just look at them. Maybe you are a Scorpio rising and you have the patented death stare. So you're giving them a death stare. And now you're just telling them, I for sure know there are going to have to be consequences to pay for that. and then the person who stole your cookies gets in a car accident, or maybe they accidentally cut their hand in that moment. Like y'all do some very witchy manifestation like that, and then you're mysterious enough to play it off and make it look like it was a coincidence. Please, at any point, just call Cap, because I'm going to be saying a lot of stuff like this. So I want to kind of, I feel like Capricorn post 2024 and Capricorn pre 2008 are not the same. They're not the same beings. It is what it is. Okay. And as we step into next month, right, and we have the party in Aquarius in your second house, which will uncover this dynamic, it's gonna really break through or activate a whole new level of this quality of manifestation. Okay. But before we get there, we back. All right. We're back into your sign. And we have a mini party. We have a pregame in your sign. Mercury is the last to show up. The placements that came out of Sagittarius really helped to transcend your vision after an entire year of world dominant, an entire year of character development, that you really got to develop your intuition. Now, I think whereas I'm talking about other planets for other signs, I think one of the most relevant aspects for you right now borrows from 2020 when Jupiter was last in Capricorn. Okay. If anyone remembers 2020, 2020 wasn't really the most standout year. It was kind of somewhat obscure. 2020 wasn't really the most eventful or impactful year either. I think some minor things happened, like maybe a global lockdown and maybe a few thousand people died from some disease. But like, yeah, it wasn't really the most significant year. But Jupiter was in your sign. Okay. And it's not like the world began to end at that year and avalanched into the weirdest last 5 years ever. Yeah, it was nothing like 2025. 2025 was crazy, you know. But yeah, that being said, Jupiter was in your sign, and I want you to go back to, if you're a Capricorn rising, thank you, Queen. Okay, Jupiter and Saturn. Queenie Stephenson. You had Jupiter and Saturn, right? So, well said. 2025 was Stranger Things. So, with that being said, right, Saturn is getting ready to come out your third house. It sneak peeked in your fourth, and now Jupiter has now made it opposite into Cancer. So that means, especially if you're a Cap rising, if you're a Cap sun, Jupiter is opposite your sun sign. If you're a Cap moon, Jupiter is opposite your moon. So basically, and if you're progressed Cap rising, it's in your progressed seventh house. You have finally made it to breakthrough. That means since 2020, you have effectively evolved who you are and what you are. And I think that's a very important thing to illustrate and take focus on. Windtalk, we're starting with Capricorn. Really great question. All right. Yeah. We decided for Capricorn's birthday, we're gonna start with the goats. So yeah, with that being said, ever since Jupiter went through your sign, you are now at a point where until it enters Libra, I want to say 2028, give or take, you're going to be breaking through, you're going to be harvesting. So let's break that process down. I might as well illustrate it to you as well. So basically, 2020, we had the beginning of the apocalypse cycle, March 21st. I love how I can say that matter of factly. That just lets me know the times we're in. But yeah, we had Jupiter in Capricorn, and then of course after that we had Jupiter in Aquarius. Jupiter in Aquarius 2021 structured the integrity of your money, the knowledge of your wealth, and it expanded the pool and quality of knowledge with which you actually manifest or make money. Okay. Then 2022, it evolved your supernatural metaphysical abilities. Basically, whereas the invisible ways with which you warp reality that nobody sees unless maybe they're a Cancer, because Cancer will see it because they're psychic, but you gaslight Cancer so no one believes them, which is very sinister and very powerful. All right, this could be even ways you might gaslight your own self so that you hide your own powers from yourself. But that being said, then we had Jupiter in Aries. So after in Pisces, it shaped and activated the beliefs that govern your mindset. You finished activating this next round of your evolution. And then Jupiter in Aries, Taurus, and Gemini began to integrate and break through the ground the seeds you planted on evolving your goathood since 2020. So Jupiter in Aries now began to evolve the foundation and the authenticity that supports the integrity of your character. Yes, those are bars. Those are MFing bars. That's what we call bars. And then we had Jupiter in Taurus, which now fully express the natural physiological quality of your status as a director by how well you can produce or work with the producer. We had Uranus here innovating the unconventional quality of your inner child. Okay. And then we had Jupiter in Gemini after a certain Canadian rapper got murdered by a Compton Jedi master. Albeit this Canadian artist does seem to be some like vampiric or some dark lord entity who resurrected himself with bulletproof whatever outside the way. This is where we integrated everything. This is where we tied everything together. Gemini now reworked and evolved your behavior, the thought process around your behavior that revisits the evolution of your mindset. Okay, the beliefs around what your mindset was and how you integrated the thought process of your behavior. This is what evolved what more you can achieve in a given day. And now all of that you've evolved since 2020, you're now integrating that into what you feel you can do more in your relationships with other people. Okay, with other people in Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, with other people. Okay. And that's what brings us, of course. Oh shit. What? January 1st. Did I press a day or something? All right, never mind. Well, that's what brings us, of course, to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter in Cancer, of course, is going to represent the evolution of your partnerships and feeling very significantly where these partnerships go. Okay. Now, I would like confirmation for that. Is that what it feels like, Capricorn? Because this is a very important breakthrough point. Jupiter is going to enter Leo late July or July of next year, and you're going to start to expand and transform your boundaries, revisiting wealth with the North Node and Pluto in your second. You're about to be richer than you've ever been, which is really weird to say because I've never met a Capricorn that isn't rich as fuck. or just wealthy, but you're about to be even wealthier. I wish I was joking. Even broke Capricorns get money. That doesn't even make sense. But that being said, you thought you were wealthy before. This new wealth is, you actually are going to be one of the first people to tap into the concept of new wealth, and I'm a little jealous. But that being said, then it's going to go through Virgo, shape your philosophy, revisit 2022 when Jupiter was in Pisces. So I would like to know, then you'll complete it, Jupiter, Libra, boom, evolve. You're going to go through what Libra's going through now and evolving their legacy and completing their cycle. Okay, no, I've known some broke ass caps. You're an Aquarius though. You Aquarius, you know everyone. So like, I'm just saying, as a Gemini, maybe I have, but like still. That being said, yeah, hypothetically, theoretically, truthfully, factually, gospel, you're breaking through. I think that's the most important thing for you, especially concerning that this evolution you went through was true to your quality, the greatest Jupiter activation of all time. You know, I read these charts like an astro nerd every day, right? So I peep stuff like this. And nobody has really had a epic activation. When you had your Jupiter activation, Hades was there, Kronos was there, the god of war was there. Like, you literally had the whole apocalypse in your sign, which is, no offense, very sus. Like, what do you mean the world started ending with you? What do you mean you have something to do with it? Anyway, but other than that, now we're breaking through the quality of that evolution. It does feel like that. Relationships have evolved externally. Thank you. And a lot has been revealed in dreams. They've all been relationship focused. Thank you. And that's very important. I'm glad she said externally, because the first to the sixth house brings these internal concepts of your identity, value, attitude, privacy, creativity, behavioral patterns, and it becomes external through the other people in Cancer. And this is now having you feel how much you've grown over the past 5-6 years, relative to now how you're applying this shift of your behavior in your relationships with other people. Now it's leveling up my connections with other people, because the way I evolve and the way I value things has leveled up. And now with Saturn and Neptune coming out your third house, this is what made for quite the grand water trine this year, where now you are aligning this discipline of your mindset and the beliefs that govern your mindset towards the evolution of your partnerships. That's what the Pisces third to Cancer and the seventh is. The way I believe I should act, how does that connect to what I feel I should do with other people in relationships? And then that connected to Scorpio, which transformed your social circle and this place of belonging, which added deeper purity because of the discipline and because of the expansion, with which, you know, we're out of Scorpio season now. So you, at this point, are carrying forth this major alignment towards now coming back into the integrity of who you are. And because now with the full moon, where we're going to have the opposition of the sun to Jupiter coming into the end of this week, end of this week, Friday, Saturday, this is going to be the first time since the conjunction in your seventh. If we go back to like June, July, that was when you activated this cycle of breakthrough for the first time. See, the last time we had Sun Jupiter was at the end of Taurus. I don't know if Gemini is cursed. I think we're a blessing, but we got skipped over, even though it was a really good year for us. We had Sun Jupiter Aries, Sun Jupiter Taurus. We never had a Sun Jupiter Gemini. It just conveniently skipped by, and then boom. If that doesn't look like preferential treatment, I don't know what is. It's just, if we didn't excel as much as we did, like, we won 2024. I don't know if you guys know, Gemini won 2024, but like, boom, We had the next Sun Jupiter in Cancer and Capricorn. That was when you activated the cycle of breaking through for the first time. Okay. And not just breaking through, but also being put in a position to activate this expansion of feeling what more you can do with other people. Okay. And Colby, we started with Capricorn. Oh my gosh, the side reelers. I call them the side reelers. Yep. They look down on us tropicals. They think that we're slow and we just don't have the gnosis. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Oh wow, Miss Cat. Good to know. Very interesting. And that's very interesting too, as far as what makes it out of the old world versus what makes it into the new world. And I always assume with Capricorn too, the timing is the way it's meant to be. So I appreciate you even sharing that. Gemini is to me like the one who is fun at parties and kicks ass with trivia. You know it. You know it. So with that being said, now that since you activated this, right? Remember how I said you're breaking through from Cancer? We're going to compound this concept. Now you're breaking through the breakthrough. The breakthrough took 6 years. The breakthrough of the breakthrough took 6 months, bars. So that being said, now the sun is opposite Jupiter, which is opposite your sign when it was originally there in 2020. So you're going to see now for the first time the breakthrough of this breakthrough evolution chapter, meaning the sun in your sign is going to be opposite Jupiter in Cancer for the full moon. And of course, we're going to have Mars, we're going to have Venus, Mercury's going to catch up to this. So what that means is you spent 6 years to evolve your character, and 6 months from that point, now you're being aware of how much you have grown, seeing how much your partnerships have grown. It's like an adjustment sense. You're breaking through at this period. That's what makes this Capricorn season different from any other Capricorn season you're going to go through. You're breaking through this period in this sense in order to now expand what direction you take in your own personality and self to account for how much more space you have to build and you feel you can grow in relationships. And that, I feel, is the most important part of this season for you. Yes, I do have my sun in Gemini. It is progressed in Cancer. So why that's also significant, I've spent way too long on Capricorn, is because, of course, shout out to Bethany Luna, with Saturn and Neptune that's going to get ready to leave Pisces. This is definitely going to shift now and revisit with that sextile how this development of who you are aligns with everything you've done since March 17th with the eclipse to September of unlocking belief systems that govern and rule your mindset. So, of course, the results of organizing and staying in integrity with your mindset and how you are unlocking supernatural abilities, I'm sorry, Capricorn, I have to snitch, is going to be relative to how you carry yourself, how you identify yourself, how the maintenance of these mindsets, but really the utilization of these supernatural abilities, have now come back around now that you've learned how to use them on other people. Like, I don't know if you're like the target practice kind of Capricorn, but to now really position yourself like, wow, I really am powerful. Like, there you go. And then now you're going to manifest that in Aquarius, because now you've mastered skills that people have probably told you aren't possible. So now you're going to know that makes you feel more valuable. I'm probably snitching too much. Never mind. But that being said, guys, that's really what I wanted to kind of break down. I really wanted to mention more about the Jupiter evolution because, oh yeah, Capricorn moons are target practicing. Absolutely. And Colby, I just wish you wouldn't have practiced it with me. Like that's what kills me. And Pisces, you don't count. So there we go. Like, Yeah, you got the Cap rising, but anything Pisces, the association of celestials determined you don't count because none of you really make sense and you break logic. So there's that. But that being said, okay, yeah. Oh, how do we get back here? Yeah. So that's gonna really color mostly this season for you. Um this is just revisiting a lot of how you position and express yourself. And I feel so bad. I think I just drag this on because I can't promise I will say as much for Virgo and Taurus. And I do love Virgo and Taurus very much so. But let's see. We're ending the poll. Who did I do after Capricorn? I plan to do Taurus last, but the people have spoken. It looks like we're doing Taurus next, and we're saving the realist for last. 44% Virgo. Okay, so Taurus, if Capricorn is the go, I like that because that is in order from Capricorn. We go Capricorn, fifth house, Taurus, then Virgo. So I guess you guys chose order. Now, if Capricorn is the GOAT, right? Taurus is the most solid. Taurus is easily the most down to earth. Okay. They're Taurissimo now. That's the thing. Ever since 2018 came through and Uranus entered Taurus, they're not Taurus anymore. They're Taurissimo. Okay. Like they got that mink coats, leather fur. They always did before, and they're still down to earth. Like Taurissimo is still down to earth, guys. Trust me. But just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. You just have to come correct for real. Like, don't. Taurus, man. I was just say. All right, like the difference between Taurus and Taurissimo is the difference between Alan Livingston, right, versus Big Ack, son. Like everyone knows, if everyone knows DJ Academics before Everyday Struggle, and then everyone knows Big Ack. You feel me? After the $1 million Spotify deal, and he's beefing with your favorite rapper. He's in all these rappers' diss songs. Like those are not the same Taurus, buddy. Those are not the same Taurus, buddy. Okay, I'm letting you know. Like everyone knows the Candace Owens that was, working with the Daily Wire versus this new version of Candace that's beefing with the president of France. That's not the same Taurus, guys. One is Taurus, one is Taurissimo. All right, like there's a difference. There's a difference. Beefing with my chick while I'm in jail. Oh my god. So just keep that in mind. I'm biased. I have my Venus in Taurus, so I love the rich quality of Taurus. Taurus moon, beautiful. All right, Taurus rising. Shout out to the Taurus risings, natural royalty. But I think people took Taurus's humbleness for weakness. They had to start flexing on you. They had to start, flexing like Leo. It's cool. That being said, yeah, Taurus. I could be biased here, but I feel like you carried half of the decade. And I feel like if any MVP award should go out for the first 5 years of 2020, the MVP goes to Taurus. The way Taurus carried on their back. Taurus, mind you, is like the second most slept on zodiac sign, next to like Pisces and Cancer. Let's not act like Taurus is not entirely slept on. And they still carried everybody as one individual. What Taurus did for independent media and journalism has to be put in a history book, guys. And we have to show love to Aries because Aries really sparked a lot of what you're seeing Taurus carry. But Taurus carried the entire world since 2020. Argue with your mom. Yes, some of them were the villains doing this, but like we cannot deny Taurus's precedential run. The precedents, the unconventional precedents that Taurus has set, we cannot deny that. where independent media was before them, where independent media and journalism is after them, for better and for worse. I'm not going to say they all did the best stuff. We can't deny that. They carried this whole show on their back from 2020 up until now. And we can say from 2018. We can say really from 2018, I'm giving them the MVP personally. Other people have different opinions on that. I'm not gonna deny or argue with that. I'm telling you the truth. Okay. This is gonna really be the last year they really kind of have that influence. A lot of that's gonna shift to Gemini. I'm basing this on Uranus. Okay, Aries is gonna come back. Leo is gonna come back. Gemini is gonna come back. Yep. Tucker Carlson. Yep. Taurus, Sun, and Moon. I'm telling you, all the Tauruses put on for like the independent media journalists that exist now were fathered by Taurus. Like a Taurus put a lot of people on. For better or for worse. You might not like the people they put on, but like they did something. They did something. They innovated. They pioneered the game. This is an immutable fact. You don't have to like it. It's just the truth. Okay? It's just the truth. Taurus stood up to Scorpio where nobody wanted to stand up to Scorpio. Pusha T did this 2018. Like you even before Meek did it. Like Taurus took action other people wouldn't really do. Earth signs for real with Joe Budden. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to Virgo. Virgo's Virgo. So we gonna get to there. But like that being said, and even then, Joe Budden has his moon in Taurus. So he is kind of applies to them too. Like the shit. Taurus is independence. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer are the individuals. So the individuals have been putting in work. You feel me? Everyone has, obviously, but Taurissimo leveled the playing field so that a lot more people can make money in their own way, and they had to work hard at it like everyone else will, but it's going to be a lot easier. The stuff they had to do that is going to be simple for us, they had to put in work to make it that way. And I appreciate that. I respect that. I think it's dope. And Uranus at the tail end of your zodiac sign or rising is finishing off innovating. The later half of the decade, we may not necessarily see Taurus as prominently in the light, but the first half of this decade, they owned it. They were in the top 5 zodiac signs of the year list every year. All right. I think Taurus isn't really going to come back into prominence until 2028 when Saturn leaves Aries, and then Taurus will have Chiron and Saturn. So then they'll come back more in like a CEO managerial position. They're going to consolidate more what they did. They're going to come back more in an authoritarian position. But like, I see you, Taurus. Taurissimo. I'm sorry. I see you, Taurissimo. All right. A lot of you are enjoying the wealth that has come from this work. Most work of which is controversial. Taurus has put out some of the most controversial work. So another award I can give, okay, is you are easily the most controversial zodiac sign halfway into the decade, which is very rare. Like Sagittarius or Scorpio always gets that award. It's always Scorpio. Scorpio is still top 5. Like if you think about it, the news cycle has been filled with nothing but Scorpio since Drake in 2024, then Diddy all of 2025 and 2024. And then when Diddy stopped being in the news, Erica Kirk, like we can't stop talking about Scorpio. Like they're the most controversial sign. They're one of the most controversial signs. And so many people make money off of Scorpio. Actually, I'm going to give you a secret. I'm not joking. If you don't believe me, I'm going to give you some game right here. If you want to make money on YouTube, if you want to make money on social media, make a burner page, like make your own page and only talk about Scorpios and Leos. That's it. Make a gossip page or make a page and make sure everything you talk about is only about Scorpios. I promise you, if any of you want to make money right now, Biden, his whole president, just talk about Scorpio and then talk about Leo. You will be rich within 2 months. I swear to God. Like the amount of money people make just off of hating Drake. I know channels who only hate Drake and they're getting paid. That's when I was like, oh my God, there's something here. If you were to just alternate, like you talk about Scorpio when Scorpio's not trending, talk about Leo, then you could talk about Aquarius. Boom. It's the fixed sign of currency theory. That's like my theory. I swear to God, try it for like 3-4 months. I promise you, you're going to be rolling in dough. All the people who hate Scorpio will support you, or all the people who love Scorpio will defend them. Or if you're showing love to them, they're gonna love it. The people who hate will. That's all you have to do. Talk about Scorpio and then talk about Leo when Scorpio isn't trending. Then when Leo isn't trending, talk about Scorpio. Those are the social royalties. Everyone only cares about those two signs. And then anyone like connected to them. And then that's what the media is doing. When they don't talk about Scorpio, they talk about Leo, and then they sprinkle in the Epstein Aquarius list. Like that's been the Aquarius is going to be more your long-term, like your long-term plot point that, oh, this might be the case that gets boom, you are going to be rich forever. I might even try that. I might open a burn channel, but Taurus taught me this. I seen Taurus do this. I was like, oh shit. Yo, Taurus the producer. I'm like, whoa, y'all are genius. 10 reasons why Gemini is oh my God, we're not that crazy. I don't know. Okay, my bans are monetized. Steer is making $100 a day to ban me. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. All right. I'm not joking, by the way. I make a lot of jokes. Not Wendy Williams, Zodiac Gossip Edition. Shout out to the OG Cancer. Okay. Absolutely. I crack a lot of jokes on this channel. That was not a joke. I swear to you. Actually make any blog channel just highlighting just those signs. You're going to be rich. You're going to be rich. Turns out there's a lot of people that hate/love Scorpio. So like if you just say that, they will come see it. That's it. And Leo. I'm putting Leo in there too. You just those two signs, you'll be straight for life. We should make an Apocalypse Talk podcast channel. Why not, bro? I kind of feel like the apocalypse is over though. We're in the New World Order. So New World Order is starting next year. I didn't know the apocalypse would really just be a 7-year cycle, but it is what it is, man. I would still be down. So Taurus, we know Capricorn is this philosophical 9th houseian position for you. You're getting ready to break more glass ceilings like Aries did. What Aries did from 2008 to 2024. Is Jimmy Kimmel Scorpio? I didn't really check out a sign, but they definitely did. And they failed. Yeah, that's crazy. They were like, all right, I guess we're going to have to cancel the people trying to can. And then boom, he back. See, that's interesting. That makes a lot of sense. But I loved that too, because people who didn't even like Jimmy Kimmel were like, nah, that's going too far. That was very pure for me. People who I've seen hating and dissing Jimmy Kimmel were like, nah, you don't just cancel Jimmy Kimmel like that. I was like, okay, you guys fucked up for real. Y'all shouldn't have done that. I was mind blown. I was like, oh, even I felt that way. I'm like, damn, y'all doing that to him. Oh, it's crazy. But I think we're still in the finale of the apocalypse. You're absolutely right. You're in the thick of it, bro. This is literally the end of the end of the end of the apocalypse. So I'm glad we're in the same thought process. So, okay. So then if you knowing that want to do an apocalypse talk, I'm with it. That's totally down. But that being, we could probably chronicle what happened. Amy, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, for those of you who would like a live reading, okay, click the description box below and I got you. Okay. Oh, he did. I think you showed when he talked shit about them. Was that about the reality TV show he did back in the day, or is this recently? Because that'd be interesting. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Leo is like a entering mainstream type of thing, so that's what's up. But that being said, yeah, now that we're gonna break through, Capricorn is final breakthrough for you, Torissimo, and you're gonna break through into Capricorn. And as you break through into Capricorn, okay, as we break through into Aquarius, you're gonna have and the Aquarius season report for you guys is gonna be amazing because you're gonna have Pluto, Venus, Mars, all of that in your 10th house of career, breaking you through into the collective consciousness. I think as an antagonist, I think when Pluto goes through your 10th, it's antagonist. Am I the only one for whom the end of the year isn't going too smoothly? Carlitos, we here for you, bro. I wouldn't say you're the only one, but it's definitely preparing for you to just break through into this new world in next year, which will start off even more challenging. But I feel like if it's not going smoothly for some of you, is because you're not really compromising, which I can only see is like a really good thing that you will be able to break through as possible. Okay, there we go. So before you step into this life defining Aquarius season that's going to very powerfully, put you in a position to step through this greater development. Thank you, Marilyn. I think what this is going to realistically, this year was a goddamn train wreck for 90% of people. I think this is going to do is it's going to break through since the Scorpio season you had. That you transform through year 9 and snake year, Sagittarius to transform your higher perspective, and now you're directing it. So let's talk about that. So Sagittarius in relation to you is this chaos magic with which you deal with other people's money, which is so interesting. Because you manifest by the word. The way I said Aquarius, Capricorn manifests Aquarius, the knowledge, the higher mind. Taurus, your word is your gold. Your words are gold. You have the Midas touch. Your words are gold. So you show people that value in the 8th house through Sag. This is a higher perspective that transforms your own physiological senses. And now the higher vision that seeks to transform these and harvest these dynamics, you apply that higher perspective concrete through Capricorn, and it's showing you the higher power, all right, that directs where you take these career goals that you will achieve in Aquarius. So that party we're having in Aquarius is going to represent, in light of a new paradigm, something controversial, because now Saturn is going to be in your 12th house, and to have Saturn and Neptune in the 12th, I think is going, oh my God, I think is going to, shout out Year of the Horse, really put you in a position to flaming horse, oops, like transcend elements of your secret identity, but also this hidden rage or this hidden authenticity that will really transcend a lot of how you even identify yourself, which I want to study more of, because I think that's a very unique aspect that could represent isolation, but is really just going to prepare for Saturn to go in your sign 2028. That being said, Uranus is going to be in your 2nd house, and it's going to innovate the amount of money you effortlessly make. I would say the hard work it took you to come to make the amount of money you're making now, or the work ethic you have now, it's going to be effortless as Uranus goes to the 2nd, because you've already built the foundation and now you're going to automate it. All right. So while it's leaving your sign, and we have Mars and Mercury and Venus going through your 9th, it is shaping philosophical elements that Jupiter in Cancer began to evolve. And once again, in order to appreciate how you're breaking that through with the opposition in the 3rd house, it is important to go back to the activation of these psychic powers. Because the third house is the house of skills, we could look at this Jupiter third house activation with the sun as the evolution of your psychic abilities. Cancer is psychic, third house is skills and abilities. Cancer, Jupiter in the third is the evolution of your psychic abilities. Really, it is the expansion of emotional intelligence that doesn't necessarily. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. So, I thought I was okay. Hold on, y'all. That was crazy. The lights was off and shit. Damn. Whew. I thought somebody opened the door and like it's dark, so I have to focus my eyes, but someone just slid through this pizza stuff, man. Special. New Year's special. Boy. Oh, the adrenaline started pumping. I don't know what I was worried about. But that being said, the evolution, the expansion of I somehow have 12 paid members on school and I haven't even started it up yet. I'm not even surprised, fam. You've already surpassed me without even starting. I can't even, it is what it is. Delivery is here. It's a sign, man. They wouldn't have survived. Yep, you would have had to see me bring out my ninja sword. I was like, right here doing a reading? Anyway, that being said, yeah. You could say Jupiter in the third house is this expansion of your own emotional intelligence and how you are actively evolving the I would say that doesn't require a quotient or doesn't require to be quantified. Oh, Bonnie Jean, my school is free. So I have 34 members, but I think just 3 are paying members. So just to keep that in mind, if you haven't joined my free school, what are you waiting for, guys? I have you're basically able to join for free. But yeah, 34 members. I would say 31 of them are all free members. Yeah. I think we only have like 3 paying members. We have Bonnie Jean. We have Bonnie Jean. We have Nicolette, and we have Maritza. Shout out to those 3: Gemini, Capricorn, and Cancer. Okay. Join my school, guys. It's free. You don't have to be a paying member. Look at me. You don't have to be a paying member. I just didn't want to cut out access to only have paying members. I wanted you guys to be able to join too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I have 3 courses for free that you can take part of. It's totally fine, guys. So yeah, with that being said, this, as I could say, this is an expansion of your own emotional intelligence that's going to really extend the feeling of what you're worth, second house Gemini. But I'm gonna call it what it is. You're evolving psychic abilities. You're more intuitive. Could we join? I know you've told us, but I still don't know how. Oh, click the description box below, fam. I should have actually put this. Oh shit. I don't know why I did that. It should have I'm gonna edit this. You can copy and paste the link below, but I'm gonna add the HTTPS. There we go. Click the description box below. If you're on Instagram, you can go on there. You will see it. You heard? All right, it's school.com/supernatural-2331. Thank you. Okay. So with the evolution of your psychic abilities, squaring Saturn and Neptune, sneak peeking with Chiron in your 12th, this is challenging old beliefs around what you think you are, what you stand as, and how the release and construction and transcendence of these unconscious competent habits will open space for new mindsets, because now I can start thinking in a certain way. If I leave out of, well, I'm not able to do psychic power, and now you're realizing, oh, I can, that's going to start to reconstruct certain things you probably, a transcendence, making obsolete old doubts that no longer apply, because you're actively feeling how much more psychic you've been than in the past. So now that through Libra season, okay, you have integrated the social dynamics and balance dynamics of how you bridge these Cancer abilities and mindsets into techniques. Now Capricorn is breaking through how you show the development of these psychic abilities. Okay, this is going to be doubly true for those of you who are Taurus rising, but Taurus sun, Taurus moon, this applies to you too. This is going to make that 240 Sagittarius degree. And that's what that opposition and full moon is for. The full moon in Cancer we're going to have is going to quite literally break through the 6-month development of evolving your mindset around your own emotional intelligence, but I would even say the more subtle ways with which you can talk without talking, and really your psychic powers and your psychic abilities. If you're around mundanes and muggles, you're around muggles. If you're around people who tell you psychic abilities don't exist, I don't know what to tell you. But that being said, that's what Saturn and Neptune are weeding out. So the North Node in Pisces has been unlocking your dream team. And you don't need anyone in your dream team who doesn't believe in your dreams and who's also going to make you look really bad. You got to weed them out. You don't need, you can have people in your dream team who give you constructive criticism and who challenge you, but you don't need anybody who does not believe in what you have already proved is real. That's really just going to hold you back. And Saturn has weeded those people away before you even know why. The North Node has unlocked where you believe you're meant to come into. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because it is quite literally unlocking this sense of rewards for you, Taurus. Everything you believe you're meant to achieve and be rewarded with, you're finally not only coming through to that. Capricorn is being put in this position to facilitate the nature of what that even looks like. Okay, and thank you. Let me add you really quick. Jacqueline, welcome. Okay. Awesome. So, with that being said, oh, Michi, welcome to the gang. We have 4 members now. Thank you, Michi. We have a live Q&A. Thanks to Maritza, we've moved the Q&As to 3 p.m. every 2 weeks now. So we'll do it more in the afternoon. But yeah, that being said, Shanama nama nama Shanama nama nama na 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 na. All right, that's what's up, guys. So with that being said, not only is this pushing you, once again, shout out to Queen Michi. We appreciate you. Not only is this pushing you to be in a position that actively now tangibly breaks down practically the philosophical approach towards newly evolved psychic abilities that you'll be teaching by leading by example and coming into a higher understanding around how to utilize, how to direct. But that's going to prepare for, of course, the next Taurus season that is going to begin to evolve the foundation with Jupiter and Leo, and to bring you more at the core, an expansion of, you know, the quality of who you are, what you're worth. So, namely, if you don't believe you have evolved psychic abilities, it's this Capricorn season they're going to show you. And that's what's going to complete the cycle in Aquarius, a supernatural cycle, to now apply this breakthrough of evolved psychic power into your career, your legacy, your goals. And it's the opposition of Jupiter that's going to break this down for you tangibly in a practical way that aligns with how grounded you like to see things. And it's that full moon in the next couple of days at the end of the week, as well as the Mars, Venus, Mercury opposition. Mercury is going to align your brain processing to make more literal the process of what's happening and how what has happened has shaped to where you're at. Being more intuitive, being quite literally more psychic, possibly achieving telekinesis as well as telepathy. And I want to be I want to sound sci-fi with this because it's should deviate around what is seen as normal, only for you to find out it was never normal. All right. But that being said, yeah. So Taurus, I hope you enjoy this Capricorn season. Like we said before, you have Uranus in your sign at the end of the season where we're going to trine Uranus. That's going to now break you through around how this breakthrough of these abilities tie into the innovation of your character, which will add more unconventionality and genius you are expressing in your point or at this point. Okay. And last but not least, we got the realist. If Capricorn's the goat and Taurus is the most solid, well, Virgo, you are the realist. And the thing about you, Virgo, is it's so funny that David Chappelle made this skit. You are the poster child of when keeping it real goes wrong. Virgo, sometimes you are too real. And it'll go really good for you, or it'll go something wrong with you. It is what it is. But oh, that's true. That being said, Virgo, I think you did quite a amazing job this year. You feel me? Like you had Jupiter go through your 10th, come into your 11th to evolve this individual sense of your community, the juice, right? The psychic power, but more so the sincerity of not fake people who actually support you. This is a reward chapter. The first half of this year was you completing this evolution. The second half of this year was you coming in to expand on the rewards that come from these accomplishments, which now tie into who deserves to achieve them with you. Because Saturn has been in the sign of your ops since 2 years ago. And they've been trying to kill you. I said what I said. So Chanel Coco, welcome to the gang. Okay. Welcome to the Eternal Vibe Tribe. All right. I'm gonna say that again. Chronos, right? Opposite your sun, moon, and rising can feel like it's the world versus you. It's a period of great development where you can achieve profound success. I think if you think Beyonce went on tour during this period, it's also a period where people can try and cancel you and kill you. Case in point, I always talk about the Saturn opposition theory. It also works with the conjunction. Pop Smoke died when Saturn was opposite his sun. Young Dolph died when Saturn was opposite his Leo sun. And Celeste Rivas. How do we even know that who she is? That's why I feel like it's some kind of like celestial sacrifice, like outside of humans' control. So she died when Saturn was opposite her sun. And that's just to let you know the targeting of open enemies with this Reaper opposite, right? Thankfully, if it happened to every Virgo, like we would see multiple deaths, but we don't even know the deaths we're not being told about. But that being said, this was a period of discipline that, especially if you're a Virgo rising, seeks to raise the standards of who you believe you should partner with. Especially, once again, Virgo risings, you sponsor seventh house Pisces, divine partnerships. Virgo sun, Virgo moon, this has made a 180-degree opposition to 210 degrees to these points and to these placements. So this, relative to 2008 and 2009, when Saturn was in your sign, and then I guess we could say like 2015 to 2017, when it was in Sagittarius, you have activated and integrated this karmic cycle. You're breaking through for the first time. The structure and discipline since 2008 that was expected of you is what you're expecting from other people. So naturally, once again, you're the bad guy. Now, what the importance of this is, of course, if you're out of integrity, you need the collective to put you in check. But you maintaining this integrity, right? I didn't know they were my op. I mean, partner or op, the need to maintain this integrity. It was so interesting to see Virgos getting jumped because they said facts. It's really beautiful. Like Gemini will get in trouble because of stuff they say. Like people are out here killing people, like sexually assaulting people, and yet Gemini will get into most trouble because of some shit they said that people didn't like. Virgo will get in trouble too because they said facts, and people don't like the facts that hurt their illusions. What happens if an entire collective of people are delusional and they gang up on you? And that's where we got the last Virgo, the trilogy. In a world where everyone is delusional as fuck. In a world where nobody cares about facts anymore. Only one Virgo can save everything. I got my receipt gun. Boom. The last Virgo. Quite the trilogy. We're ending it right now. And I feel like that was a character arc for Virgo to see who is on their side as the world tries to cancel them. Literally, that's how every Virgo felt the past year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can imagine that's probably how every Virgo felt. And, you know, I predicted it. I'm like, look, Virgo is not Cancer, guys. Virgo is nice. Like, you gonna try and gaslight Virgo. Virgo got the kunai nines, like they were defending themselves against everybody with facts. Like, fact. You know how hard that is? Like, not a lot of people cannot all of them survive too, bro. Like, I had no idea. But congrats. If you can make it through that, you can make it through anything. So what this served to do, once again, is to prepare you for marriage, business partnerships, divorce. You're raising the standards of your partnerships, which is so funny because Virgo, you already have outrageously high standards that to you are not outrageous. I understand, but you already have very high standards. So it's interesting to see you reinforce those and then see people be butthurt because you have the audacity to have standards for yourself that you actually stand on. Ugh, how dare you? And Uranus in Taurus is innovating the nature of doctrine you are teaching in a genius way that can really break through this forward. I don't have any thoughts. I just, one, find it weird that Nigeria is somehow constantly in the news. And then two, this happened after the Jake Paul fight. My conspiracy theory radar isn't on point, so I don't notice the connections as much like that. Gone are the days that I spend nights just staying up. I miss those days. Well, they're coming back, trust me. But I don't really know what to say. I'm just weird. Like, how are you? Why is it still in it? It is what it is. But I have no thoughts. I'm genuinely curious. Reminded me of the Virgo Pisces in the studio short. All right, you know what? Out of honor for you, we gonna play that. I gotta play that. That was funny. In the studio. Wibbity wham. So Virgo, we've talked about Jupiter in your 11th. We've talked about Saturn in your 7th. The most important thing that we have to talk about for you is your sponsoring of the nodes. This isn't exactly how the South Node is, but I like to look at the South Node as a version of a hot potato where it's like, you know, you might just have to deal with it, especially in the sense where Scorpio had the South Node and then Libra had the South Node. True that. That's why, which is so crazy because let me tell you something, Christians are not getting killed in Nigeria. You already know this. More Muslims are getting killed than Christians in Nigeria by these terrorist groups. So you know that right now. So you know the play. How we suddenly care about Christians in Nigeria is very interesting, but it is what it is. But yeah, that being said, the South Nodal sponsorship that passed from Libra, which was originally with Scorpio, you have unlocked a whole lot of your own analytical personality to unlock the relationships you're meant to sponsor for yourself and others, which you could say is changing the trajectory of how you even relate with people, which is why this integrity of beliefs with Saturn in the 7th is using you as a resource to align with who you're quite literally meant to be with. So when I say sponsoring divine partnerships, a lot of that is literal in the sense of, you know, putting yourself in a position to unlock your own personality so you could be with people who are as real as you and believe in you. Okay. So this Capricorn season in your 5th house is going to integrate the aftermath of this eclipse, the breakthrough of this eclipse since March 17th in your 7th, that you are able to break through relative to how you express yourself. And now you're going to not only be creatively opening up auspicious opportunities for romance, serious romance, but it's going to develop your talents relative to Jupiter in your 11th that is not only challenging boundaries since July with other people and other people's money, which is going to be a huge next chapter for you next year, where you might have to slap people in the face, and then they'll thank you for doing that. But it's also going to be you accounting for who you're performing to. Jupiter in the 11th is expanding your space. So I'm going to use the Joe Budden podcast, for example. A Jupiter in the 11th transit is like expanding the amount of subscribers that he has to his Patreon, and let's just say to his podcast. And now in Capricorn, he's going to be accounting, like other Virgos, for the amount more of, oh, we still got it. Yeah. It's cool. For the amount more that, of course, they have, and now how you may curate content to support the people supporting you. So it's like, okay, the 5th house is my creative talents that I perform to the 11th house. All right. I just saw my 11th house expand. So now I'm going to perhaps account for what more I can do for my audience, because now it's no longer the people who it was before, so much more people, and I can account for that. So this is going to be breaking through and harvesting that, the rewards of who's supporting what you do and how you develop what talents you have to perform to who's supporting you. And yes, isn't that big dreams and wishes coming true? Yes, this is why that transit in the 11th, especially for Virgo rising, is expanding the sense of not just support, but the feeling in Cancer of what these rewards are, which trickles down to the creativity to perform to break through more rewards. And I can't really emphasize alone how important that is, because that all ties into your 7th house again, and how this creativity will connect to the relationships that now you are feeling who in these relationships belong in the winner circle with you before July of next year, where you'll release all that and then you'll start a brand new evolution cycle 2027, 2028. Okay. And yes, Libra rising is going to have that when Jupiter goes into Leo. Really good point. Except it's going to be so much more intense because you guys are going to have Pluto in the 5th. So it's going to definitely be paradigm shifting. So that's all I got for now. I'd like to close this out with how Pisces and Virgo are in the studio.
Dribble again. Yeah. Slip slop. Patty wop. Nibble again. Nibble again. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Dribble again. Dribble again. Flippity screw through. Foo foo. Gibble again. Gibble again. Liggity lamb. Lamb, lamb. I eat the ham. I eat the ham. Hickory dickory diggity flickety ram. Ram. Knick knack patty whack bibble again boo. Ooh. Yeah. Fala walla, gobble gobble, lobba dobba gobble lobba goo. Gobble lobba goo. Scraggle like a do. Scooby Dooby Doo. Oh my God.
And yes, that is Virgo and Pisces in the studio. So I will be doing live readings now for those of you who, of course, would like a live reading for yourself. Am I pulling any cards tonight? Great question. I will bring the tarot back next week. Okay. When we do the live exclusive. Of course, if any of you would like a card, I don't see any membership prices tiers on School. Am I tripping? I think it'll only show up if you try to join the Q&A or if you try to watch Astro 104. So, because I don't think they that's a really good question as to where to just find them. But yeah, you do any of those two, you should be able to. You did not say knick-knack paddywhack. That's so funny. Pisces rising, and it's simply my first time in the studio. The song was 4 minutes long, made no sense. I love that. Some of the best songs ever in life make no sense. It shows up when you want to use membership features. Thank you. All right. And by the way, as much as I do want you to support, please don't think there's any rush to join the premium membership. We're going to be here for a while. I'm going to take my time with this school. So join whenever you feel like it. But at the very least, join for free. Join for free before you have to pay anything. We still love you here. We have a community. You can put threads in. This could be like our second Discord. So with that being said, we're going to start with Amy, Queen, natural Queen Amy. Yes, I do have your chart. I would never lose your chart. We know you have the rising Chiron, Venus, Mars, and 29-degree Mercury in the first, like myself. But yeah, you have this amazing stellium. I love you were born in 81 because you are going through an exact Uranian opposition. Your chart is so solid. And it's like you're the embodiment of natural wealth and value. Okay. Thank you so much, Melissa. So it's very beautiful. This, for those of you born from like 77 to like 83, more relevantly 81, 82, It's a very amazing feeling, I can imagine, especially 8081, like having Uranus opposite your Uranus, a 50-year chapter, and it is the full breakthrough of innovation that in your case borrows what I feel with having Taurus and Uranus and Scorpio. It's like a psychoanalytical, an unconventional psychoanalytical quality of reading body language and breaking down behavioral patterns instantly. So now that Uranus is on your rising opposite your Uranus, the process of being able to do this is near instant to instant. And you just are able to, from the slightest movements of people's bodies, discern so much more about them than you should even know. And from first to seventh house, I think it does a lot towards completely innovating not just the quality of how you hold space in partnerships, but now it's on our Mercury, it's on your Venus. This is going to really, and that's the most exciting part of having this 29-degree point. It's getting ready to show this level of innovation on how quickly your brain processes. Of course, your Mercury is progressed on your 0-degree sun in Cancer. We're both also progressed Cancer risings. You've just started the journey into Cancer, which is awesome. So you're also within this Jupiter evolution. And I think what this Capricorn season is going to do is not only revisit now your natal ninth house that's going to finally break through this process since your birthday this year, but as a progressed Cancer rising, it's also going to break through how much you feel you have evolved with Jupiter in your progressed rising and how you are accounting for that with the actions you're taking with other people. Capricorn season are the decisions you're making to now actively define these partnerships. And as a natal Taurus rising, what the philosophical approach towards these partnerships are, how you are learning and teaching. You're going to be teaching a lot of people through the actions they see you taking with them in these partnerships, and how the evolution of these psychic abilities also take into account this evolution of who you feel you are. Now we compound that with the fact that you're going through this Uranian opposition that is innovating your mastermind, your natural mastermind, and this psychoanalytical genius. I think it peers you in such greater psychological depth in how effortlessly you can deal with people and you can connect and communicate with people. And then, of course, being born in 81, you also have Saturn in Libra. So for those of you with Saturn late Virgo, like 79, or Saturn in the beginning or middle of Libra, you're getting ready for that Saturn opposition. You know, the Jupiter completion. So that Saturn opposition, I can also imagine, is very significant. And it's getting ready to really harvest a lot of this karmic process that, of course, will really take into account this 11th, 12th house dynamic to get ready to transcend a lot of the integrity that you applied in your work to better the society around you. So that really gives a lot of fulfillment vibes. And I think it puts you in a position, especially do this Capricorn season, to realistically not only honor this 2018 journey of innovating this value of self, but to carry forth this progressed Cancer journey of now continuing to evolve your soul. You got the moon in Cancer. So the full moon that's going to be a lunar return for you is all going to be around your progressed Venus and natal moon. And because your MC of legacy is in Capricorn, which is progressed into Pisces now, where the nodes are, it's going to really align to you how your relationships with others and the direction you're taking your partnerships actively shape your legacy, and who are the characters with which you are carving through greater success with as we step out of this old world, which as a Taurus rising is unlocking quite literally all the success you could have ever dreamed of and the rewards of who you're achieving that with. And as we step into the new world, which is going to further define what you do with all that success. Okay. So, Amy, Definitely looking forward to your feedback. That was very fun to interpret, and I think it's well deserved. Um, Especially you have been someone on this channel who's been showing a lot of love. You've at multiple times gifted people memberships. You've always been supporting. So really grateful to see you even going through very favorable transits like this at this period, which once again I will say is well deserved. And to be facilitating this sense of said breakthrough and oppositions we see in your chart, I think is going to be very amazing to see how this continues to come around full circle for you. Okay, so yeah, we have completed the monthly Earth Tribe report. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and we will continue along with the monthly Air Tribe report, baby. Um, of course, this Earth Tribe report will be publicly available courtesy of Capricorn's birthday. And you guys stay blessed as always. If we are not going to have any more live readings, I will step out of here. And until next time, my friends, peace.